This week's tip of the week is what's going on with the Calgary real estate market.
Yeah, and we've been getting this question lately, Tim, and we wanted to address it straight off the bat. We're getting calls from everywhere. What's going to happen with Calgary real estate? Is it going to follow what Toronto and Vancouver are doing? And we know firsthand that supply levels are nowhere near where they should be. I mean, we're sitting around 4,000 listings right now. I know you're going to get into the market update shortly, Tim, but we're nowhere near where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, 2 years ago at this time in September, October, we were at over 6,000 listings. Last year, we were at over 5,000 listings. Now we're just over 4,000 listings. So that's pretty much 1/3 of our listings. We're down 1/3 from 2 years ago. So there's no supply out there. What we see happening on the supply side is until interest rates either level off or start to come down a bit, we're going to have a very, very tight supply here in Calgary.
Yeah, and not only that, helping our real estate market is that there's no rental properties available either to buy or for renters to find right now. So what's happening is rental rates are going up, which is helping our landlords cover their costs. So we all know interest rates are going up, which is supposed to slow the market down. We're definitely going to see that, Tim.
Yeah.
There's talks of a recession coming. But what we're seeing in Calgary and what we're feeling is that once this does happen and there is a slowdown, and we're getting tremendous deals right now. We had a gentleman, Connell, by last week. He got a property $53,000 below what the previous owner just bought it for. And not only that, Tim, the good properties on the reverse to that, they're selling quickly as well because there's not many of them.
Yeah, that's another supply issue. Good property comes on, you've got a lot of buyers chasing it. So our tip of the week last seminar was don't procrastinate, and it's coming true. We've had investors that aren't taking action really quick enough, and they're losing the properties to other people.
Yeah, so there's a few things going on. We're getting a lot of migration here to Calgary. We're seeing people from BC. The gentleman who bought last week was from Saskatchewan. We've got people from Ontario. And it's really, really happening, and there's nowhere for them to live. And what we think is going to happen with the Calgary real estate market, we'll be the ones to put ourselves out there and say it, is that yes, things will slow down, but when we do come out of this, and we don't think we're going to get a dip because we don't have the supply to cause that dip. I mean, we still have properties, Tim, going into multiple offers. I lost one last week to multiple offers. And so what we believe is going to happen is when we do come out of this, if it's a recession or a slowdown, whatever you want to call it, Calgary is going to rebound really, really fast. And we've seen this in COVID, Tim. During COVID, just at the beginning of this year, the market's magic thing happened where, boom, everything went up 20, 30, 40, even up to $100,000 in value. And we believe Calgary is going to do the same thing.
Yeah, and on the flip side, because of our strong economy, the in-migration, the increase in jobs that are available, we're not going to see a decrease in price. You may see that in Toronto and Vancouver. We're actually seeing that in Toronto and Vancouver, but we're not going to see that in Calgary. Calgary's prices will level a bit, but with the strong economy, we're going to see prices continue to rise, not at the high rate that they were last year and the year before, but we're still going to continue to see increases.
Yeah, and one thing we are telling our investors that are contacting us today, people who always ask, is this a good time to buy? It's actually the best time to buy. These cooler months that we're getting into all the way up until February next year, whoever takes advantage in these colder months and buys and gets in and settles down will be the big winners when we rebound out of this in the spring of 2023.
So that's our real estate tip of the week, what's going to happen in the Calgary real estate market.